G'day trendsetters, coming to you today poolside in the sunshine of north central Florida where it's a wee bit brisk today. But thankful to be outside. Today I'm coming to you with my list of gravel cycling events you should know about in the southeastern United States. These events are not corporate, not expensive, and in some cases free, and epitomise the true meaning of grassroots gravel cycling versus just calling themselves grassroots gravel cycling. These events are not listed in any particular order, and again, they focus on the southeastern United States. There'll be more videos in this series coming later. Kicking off is the North Florida Freeride Gravel Series, a long-standing series of free events. There are 8 to 10 events in this series, and it goes into its 14th year of operation with its OG event, the Heartbreaker Cycling Invitational, a homage to Tom Petty. This event is held near Gainesville, Florida. I'm very proud to be a co-founder of this event series, along with my good mate Todd. G'day mate, if you're watching. We welcome all riders of any ability to show up and ride. No registration is required. Just bring a positive attitude and have a fun time, as we love to showcase this part of north central Florida. Another event in this series, hosted by Todd, is the Hell of the Northflar. 200 miles of mixed surface riding here in north central Florida. Why pay a bunch of money to ride 200 miles when you can ride here for free? There are gas stations, convenience stores along the way for your support. What's not to love? The North Florida Freeride Gravel Series is on Facebook. Check it out, linked in the description below. Another event series, this time by my good mate Carlos, aka the Singletrack Samurai. Whether you're into multi-day bikepacking rides or single-day mixed surface cycling adventures, Carlos has you covered. I've had the pleasure of riding at least 2 of Carlos's mixed surface cycling events, but one of his most famous and worthy of mention is the Hurricane, the 300. There's also a 400. And this year, there's even a gravel bike friendly version, the Hurricane 330. You can check out details of Carlos, aka the Singletrack Samurai, linked in the description below. Next up, the Laughing Donkey Invitational near Tifton, Georgia, hosted by Gene Guzman. G'day Gene if you're watching, and his crew of volunteers. This 100% free event showcases a beautiful part of Georgia with very quiet farm roads and pleasant scenery for your riding pleasure. Despite being free, this event has many sponsors that give back to the community. In fact, the event supports a local scholarship that goes towards post-secondary education. Really good stuff. Next up, the Homegrown Gravel Adventure, located in Franklin, Georgia, about 1 hour from Atlanta's Hartsfield-Jackson airports. This event is hosted by long-standing cycling promoter, Mr. Wayne Whitesides. G'day Wayne if you're watching. There are several distances on offer, so there's something for everybody. And on the longer distances, takes riders from Georgia, crossing the border into Alabama and back again. Check out the details linked in the description below. Next up, the Dirty Pecan, or is it the Dirty Pecan, of Monticello, or is it Monticello? Florida, located near the capital, Tallahassee. I love this event. I've ridden many iterations of the Dirty Pecan. There are 6 distances on offer: 40 miles, 60 miles, 80 miles, 100 miles, 150 miles, and the Mac Daddy 200 miles, which was added a couple of years ago. I've ridden the 80, the 100, and the 150. Challenging riding no matter which distance you take, and fantastic scenery on tap, clay roads, and the longer routes take you from Florida and into Georgia. And the entry cost is just $25. Absolutely bonkers. All of the money raised by this event benefit a local 4-H program. Next up, the Thomasville Clay Road Classic, located in southern Georgia. Thomasville is a beautiful little town, but for 2025, the event takes on a slightly different format, starting at the Pebble Hill Plantation. There'll be an expo, wine tastings, other fun stuff, and 3 distances on offer: 30 miles, 50 miles, and 80 miles. I've ridden this event on several occasions, particularly the former 100-mile distance that was once offered by this event. Regardless, it's worthy of your consideration. consideration. Further details linked in the description below. Quick interlude, none of these events are paying me to make this video. It is a grassroots cycling video. Next up, the Gravel Roll series of cycling events. Ride them all or ride them a la carte. If you ride them all, it'll cost you US $210. This series features events in Alabama, Georgia, and South Carolina. Whilst I have not ridden any of the events in this particular series, I have ridden in the areas that this series covers. Love the riding. You will too. Further details linked in the description below. Next up, the series of events hosted by Chainbuster Racing, the brainchild of Jason and Dawn Chandler and their family. These folks epitomise the true meaning of grassroots cycling. Chainbuster Racing has been at it for many years, and these events are held in states such as Georgia and Alabama. Some of my favourites include the Red Clay Ramble and Shake and Break in Alabama. This event series is very worthy of your consideration. Further details are linked in the description below. Next up, another favourite of mine, the Wild Chicken 100, named after the wild chickens that inhabit the host town, Fitzgerald, Georgia. I'm not kidding, trendsetters. There are wild chickens roaming about the city. The promoter, Mr. David Dark, is a family man and an acquaintance of mine. G'day, Dave, if you're watching. And honestly, I have no idea how David finds time to even run this event. Thankfully, he has a good team of volunteers to help him with the operational side of things. Beautiful rural mixed surface roads for your riding pleasure. Further details are linked in the description below. Next up, one of the longest standing mixed surface cycling events in the United States. Southern Cross of Dahlonega, Georgia, starting and finishing in the beautiful Monticello winery. If you believe that Georgia is flat, ha ha ha, well, this event will change your mind pretty quickly. North Georgia is far from flat. In fact, part of this route traverses at least 2 gaps, aka long climbs that will challenge your climbing legs. In addition to that, some challenging descending thrown in as well. And more than likely, there'll be some hiker bike, at least to start with and possibly to end with. A great event, challenging, tough, plenty of fun. Details are linked in the description below. Next up, the Hellhole Gravel Grind, held in Francis Marion State Forest, aka the OG, the first legitimate gravel stage race held in the United States. I have not ridden this event myself, but a couple of my mates have, and they tell me it's nothing to sneeze at. So be sure to bring your riding legs. There are 3 stages in total, including a very unique prologue stage that happens at night time to kick things off with the timed proceedings. Now, if a gravel stage race isn't your thing, you can ride 2 stages, Grand Fondo style, at your own riding speed. Details are linked in the description below. Next up, another series, this time in North Carolina, hosted by Pisgah Promotions, aka Mr. Eric Weaver and his team of volunteers. G'day, Eric, if you're watching. There are 2 gravel cycling events in this series. Pisgah Monster Cross. This event inspired me to go out and build a drop bar mountain bike way back in 2013 just to deal with the rather dodgy descents you are likely to encounter at this event. This was way before any current gravel pros had ever thought of such an idea. No disrespect to the great Charlie Cunningham, or John Tomac for that matter. Pisgah Monster Cross is one of the early OG events, particularly in North Carolina. Adding to that madness is the Bootlegger 100, another tough gravel cycling event featuring the lovely Maple Sally Road that goes up and down, up and down. And you'll think, when's it gonna end? But the scenery is spectacular. Details of this series is linked in the description below. Next up, a Tennessee event, the Gravel Revival of Hickman County, which is not too far from Nashville, Tennessee. If you seek yourself some dirt salvation, the Gravel Revival is worthy of your consideration. It's a 3-day gravel cycling festival, spectacular. Unfortunately, I've not attended yet, but I'm hoping to change that in 2025. Maybe I'll see you there. What's not to love? Expo, challenging riding, fun times. Learn more at the link in the description below. Next up, another gravel series, and this one's been around for quite a long time in the fine state of Mississippi, the Mississippi Gravel Cup, hosted by those trendsetters, Jason and Wendy Shearer. This unique series features 4 events starting in 4 different towns in the state of Mississippi. Unfortunately, I have not ridden any of Jason's events, but I have ridden in many of the areas that his events feature. Fantastic scenery, really quiet rural roads. Further details of this series are linked in the description below. And finally, Rouge Roubaix, which isn't really a gravel cycling event, yet it features gravel roads. Located north of Baton Rouge in the small town of St. Francisville, Louisiana. This is a road race aboard road bikes. There are 2 distances. One distance is about 50 miles, the other, the Mac Daddy, at about 105 miles. There are about 30 miles of gravel roads on the 100+ mile distance. This is a challenging event. If you like racing, this is one that you should seriously consider. I've had the pleasure of racing this event 3 times, and I've had great luck, where I managed to somehow score top 5 in Masters when I was a wee bit younger. And I've had bad luck, where I had flat tires, dodgy legs, and all sorts of goodness that accompanies a day on the bike where things don't always go so well. But that point aside, this is an event, as I mentioned, very worthy of your consideration and hard-earned money. Ride the Tunica Hills of Rouge Roubaix. Further details are linked in the description below. Rightio trendsetters, that wraps up the list for now. Without doubt, there are some events that I've missed, some events that are no longer operational. Feel free to leave a respectful comment below if you think there's an event worthy of mention. Keep in mind the event should be grassroots, as we like to call it around here. So it shouldn't cost a lot of cash, and ideally give back to the local community in some way, shape or form. Coming soon, I'll be covering other areas of the United States, so stay tuned for that, and potentially outside of the United States. As always, thank you for watching. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the Gravel Cyclist YouTube channel for interesting factoid videos such as this one, no bull gravel bike reviews, other product reviews, ride experience videos, and of course my favourites, general madness. Somebody's going to the vet today, except for you, and you're all excited because you saw the leash. Tuesday.
It's not happening.
All right then, as all of it is released to the channel, I'll see you in the next video.